Oh, hey there, this is Dr. Evan Osar, just doing some shrugs to get my upper traps really pumped. How are you? Happy Saturday. Welcome to this edition of Integrative Movement Insider, where we're discussing a common cause of shoulder tightness, neck tightness, and that darn annoying little trigger point in the upper back. Last weekend, Janice, Sarah, and I shared an amazing weekend with our integrative movement specialists at the annual Mastery program. This is the individuals that came through our program, our year-long intensive program, and now they're coming back for continuing education and refinement of their techniques. Last week, we discussed thoracic outlet syndrome, a common cause of chronic neck tightness, tightness down the arm, numbness and tingling, as well as weakness in the upper extremity. We're also going to, this is a little preview for next weekend, the brand new series of Two Anatomy Geeks, where we'll share that same or similar information about thoracic outlet. Today, I want to discuss the thoracic outlet and how common exercises as well as common postural cues directly contribute to some of your clients' issues. First, quick anatomy lesson. So I'll make this as simple as I can, and like I said, it's a preview for next week. We'll go into much more depth about this topic. So if you think about the neck, the nerves that are coming out of your neck that go down your upper extremity. So if you think about this, the brachial plexus is a plexus or a network of nerves, C5, 6, 7, 8, and T1 is a complex of nerves that come out of your neck, run down your arm, and then all the way down to innervate the muscles and all the structures of the upper extremity. Many of your clients, as I mentioned, have chronic tightness here. They have weakness of the upper extremity. They may have numbness and tingling. For example, when I ride my bike, so especially with a backpack on, if I ride my bike with a backpack on, I'll get numbness and tingling in these two fingers. Many individuals, when they sleep, they say, oh, I sleep crunched up like this. I do that sometimes. Wake up, oh, my arm's a little numb, or it's kind of, you got to shake it out to get that feeling back. Well, that's actually thoracic outlet. So what thoracic outlet is this area right here where the nerves as well as the blood vessels, the subclavian artery is the artery that supplies most of the arm with blood. It exits between the anterior middle scalene. So if you think about your SCM, so if you feel your SCM, that's this muscle right here. So actually go ahead, palpate that muscle. Well, your anterior middle scalenes are sort of like right behind or below that muscle. So this brachial plexus, this network of nerves, comes out between those two muscles, the anterior middle scalenes. It goes underneath the collarbone, the clavicle, in between the clavicle and the upper ribs, and then it comes underneath the pectoralis minor. So if you find, so let me show you here real quick, if you find your coracoid process right here, that bone right there, it's actually right here. If you feel that little bony knob sticking out, that's your coracoid process. The pectoralis minor is attaching from there to ribs 3, 4, and 5. Your brachial plexus comes underneath there to run down the arm. Well, if you compress that area, you can potentially compress the nerves and or the blood vessel. So I'm going to show you here real quick. When we think about the position of the scapula and the clavicle, we'll make it real simple here. Just think of the clavicle right now. So this is an example of my left clavicle. If you notice here on the screen, the clavicle should be angled slightly up on the outside edge of it, okay? It should be angled about 30 degrees, but just don't worry about the degrees. Just know that the lateral edge should be higher than the medial edge. When your shoulder is in a good position, when the scapula is in a good position, when the whole shoulder complex is in a good position, you have that angle, that natural angle upwards. Now, if I put my fingers on my clavicle, I'll try to watch the microphone right here. So if I put my fingers on the clavicle, you can see that my fingers are currently in between ribs, or in between the clavicle, above and below the clavicle. You see that angle upwards. Now, what I want you to do this in the mirror later on, just so you can see and feel for yourself. Watch what happens when I lift the chest up and squeeze down and back and retract my shoulders. You see the angle of that clavicle changes. So it was angled upwards, now it's angled down. So if you think about what's happening in reality, is remember the brachial plexus is coming out underneath that clavicle And now you're bringing the clavicle that should be angled upwards, you're closing down that space directly upon those nerves. That's where a lot of our clients are getting some of those symptoms of numbness, tingling, so that weird sensation down the arm, maybe some weakness, maybe even some tightness here in the neck. So a common cause of neck tightness, shoulder tightness, weakness, just kind of weird sensation in the upper extremity is actually they're compressing down that thoracic outlet. It also relates to headaches. We'll talk about that in Two Anatomy Geeks this weekend more so. So one of the common cues that you want to give your client is not to squeeze down and back, because if you even look here, you see the big slope of my shoulders there. You don't want the big slope of the shoulders. You actually want your clients to have their scapula back up where they belong, where the clavicles angled that slightly upwards towards the outside of the clavicles. So now your question may be, well, what about the clients whose shoulders are up like this? Well, there's two reasons why your clients' shoulders are up like this. Number one, the most common cause is stress. So for those clients, it's just okay, I want you to breathe in, take a few breaths, and just relax your shoulders. Not pull them down and back, just relax them. The other thing is, you want to think about what's another reason why your client's shoulders may be up like that besides stress. Perhaps their shoulders are actually down here like this, and the nervous system is smart, saying you're compressing the brachial plexus, lift them back up to open up that space. So retracting them down and back, especially under load, like pulling and pushing exercises, will actually make the problem worse. So again, another reason why down and back is not a great cue for a lot of our clients. So better cue, create space, soften. Think of a balloon underneath your arm. Think about going wide across there. Lots of few cues. You don't use all those cues. Again, space underneath the arm. Imagine your shoulders floating, or create width across your shoulder. Try one of those cues and see which one resonates best with your clients. Because then, just imagine, I don't have any dumbbells here. I'm looking around for dumbbells. I'm like, I know I don't have dumbbells here. So imagine you have dumbbells now, and now you're doing like a shoulder press, or you're doing a carry, or you're doing even a shrug. If you're doing a carry, let's use a carry pattern. You want to think about not allowing the shoulders to come down and back with additional weight in your hand, pulling down on the space. Keep the shoulders back up, cue width, allow your clients to carry to their ability to stabilize the shoulder. I'll say that again. Carry to your client's ability to stabilize the shoulder, not how much weight they can actually carry, especially if they have chronic neck tension, weakness, numbness, tingling, that chronic trigger point in their upper back. So, in recap, the brachial plexus comes out of the neck, goes underneath your collarbone, the clavicle, goes underneath the pectoralis minor to innervate the arm and hand. Common cause of tightness in the neck, around the upper extremity, the upper back, as well as weakness, numbness, tingling, all those paresthesia type sensations, is compression of the brachial plexus somewhere along this track. Cueing is very important. How you cue your clients, one of the best ways to cue your client is to think about floating the shoulder up, creating space underneath the arm, and or going wide to the shoulder, and then reinforcing that through your functional pushing and pulling and carrying exercises. And that's how you become a go-to specialist in your area for your current clients and attract more individuals that need, want, and will pay you for your expertise, especially those clients that haven't gotten better from traditional chiropractic, physical therapy, massage therapy, and or other training strategies. We're discussing that even further and more complete this next weekend. So I should say a week from now, November 4th, I believe it is, 9 to 11 Central Standard Time, we're beginning our first of our three-part series on anatomy of common orthopedic issues, neurological and orthopedic issues of the upper extremity. And don't worry if you think, hey, this is out of my scope of practice. No, it's in your scope of practice because you train clients. You train clients that have thoracic outlet syndrome, so you need to know about this, and also you need a strategy to help your clients. Obviously, you're not going to do this hands-on, but I'll show you strategies on how to release around this area, things that you already are somewhat doing. I'll show you some additional techniques and strategies so that way you can help your clients more directly, address the root cause of thoracic outlet, and really address why some of your clients aren't responding well to traditional myofascial release, massage, and or chiropractic techniques, and not getting lasting results. You can really change people's lives with this information and I'm excited to share this information with you. I put the link below this video or wherever you're watching it. We'd love to have you. It's a 3-part series starting next Saturday and then following 2 Saturdays. And if you can't be on live, no worries. We record all the sessions. You get the handouts, you get the sessions, you get the recordings. And next year we'll apply for CCs. It's too late in the season right now to apply for CCs this year, but we'll apply for CCs for next year. But more importantly, we want to deliver information that you can use and will help you differentiate from the rest of the industry. So we'd love to have you as part of this community. It's really an amazing community of like-minded individuals who are looking to up-level their knowledge, their skill set, so that they can go out and better serve their current clients and attract more individuals because of the results they're getting with their clients. So check out the link. We'll see you next Saturday, bright and early at 9 a.m. Central. And if you can't be on live, you can watch and access the recordings as soon as they're uploaded, and we look forward to seeing you. This is going to be a great series, and it's going to really open your mind. I just shared this information with a group of trainers here where I am, and they were all like, oh my God, this is like mind-blowing information, because it's just information that we don't get, and it's information that I didn't even understand until very recently. So I'm excited to share this with you and really help you help your clients that have chronic issues and really make you look like a hero to them, because many individuals, healthcare professionals aren't sharing this information with them. So link is in the bio, link is wherever you're watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you next Saturday. Make it a great day. Go out there, be the leader for your current clients and the leader that your potential clients are looking for. Take care.